Hello friends and welcome to DigiiMento. So let's begin today's lecture. Today we will be taking up a new chapter which is natural hazards and disasters, the mitigation strategies of the disasters. So basically we will be discussing about natural hazards and disasters and also what are the mitigation strategies. And this content of this chapter is prepared according to the way in which the previous year questions were asked to you. So if you have joined the classes, please do send me a hi, hello, so that I'll be able to know you have joined me with the classes, so that we will just begin. Since this is a new chapter, I want everyone to come and join us because in between if you start you may get confused. So I'll just wait for 1 minute so that others also can join the class. So if you have joined, please send me a hi, hello. Hi Lipika, hi Pooja, hi Parmesh. So we will just wait for some 30 seconds. Let's see if some others also join us, because this is a new chapter and I want everyone to attend the class from the beginning. So let us wait, let us give some time. So I hope you have revised whatever we have learned till yesterday. Hi Abhinav. Okay, so we will just have the introduction until the others join. So today we will be discussing about natural hazards and disasters and their mitigation strategies. So our approach will be like we will take each disaster or the hazard separately, individually, and then we will see them like how it has impacted India and what were the recent episodes of that disaster in India. Then we will see what is the frequency and then what is the severity, all that we will see. So this is how we will proceed with this chapter. So this is our channel, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe and share this video with your friends also. And if you are preparing for GATE, NTA, UGC NET or PGT Computer Science, you can avail our online courses. You can visit our website or you can call to this number for getting more information about the online courses that we provide. So yeah, this is the introduction and let's start with. So if anybody else have joined the classes, please do send me a hi, hello, so that I'll be able to know that you have joined the classes. Hi Neetu, hello. So I think we will start now. Okay. So natural hazards and disasters. If you remember, when we took this introduction class, when I took the first class where we discussed about some of the key terminologies in ecology and environment, we discussed about hazard and a disaster, and we also discussed what is the difference between a hazard and a disaster. So what is the difference between a hazard and disaster, and what is each of them we have discussed, but still we will do it again. Hi Puri, hello. So yeah, hazard means a dangerous situation or an event which carries a threat to the human beings. So here the key point is threat. So hazard means any dangerous situation which carries a threat to the human beings. This is a hazard. And a disaster is an event that actually harms the humans and disrupts the operations of the society. So we already learned that not every hazard is the disaster. So disaster is a even wider concept where sorry, I got it wrong. So okay, disaster is any hazard which cause a harm to the human beings and society. So hazard means it covers everything which has a threat in it, whereas disasters, those hazards which carries or which creates a disruption for the human beings or which harms the human beings and disrupts the operation of the society, only then it becomes a disaster. So we can say that disasters are some of the hazards. Not every hazard is a disaster. Now hazards will be considered as a disaster once they affect the human beings, but if they occur in an unpopulated area, they are remaining as hazards. So any hazard which causes a threat or which causes a harm to the human beings or to the operations of the society, only then it becomes a disaster. Otherwise it remains as a hazard itself. And here it is given that if a hazard takes place in a unpopulated area where there is no human beings, then it is only a hazard, not a disaster. So basically this is the difference between hazard and disaster. For hazard to become a disaster, it has to cause a harm to the human beings. Okay. So, hi Puvidi, hi Lipika, hi Rajalakshmi, hi Neetu, Yuvraj, Abhinav, yes. Now Neetu has commented, all hazards are not disasters, but all disasters are hazards. Yes, that is correct. Now Abhinav, ma'am, what is the difference between a threat and harm? Threat means that there is a risk, but harm means it has actually happened. It has actually affected. So threat means there is a risk, but it may or may not have happened. Whereas harm means it has already harmed. Okay. Now let's see which are the important disasters and the hazards that we will study in this chapter. So these are the list of disasters and hazards. This is mentioned in your syllabus also. Cyclone, drought, earthquake, floods, landslide, it includes mudslide and avalanche, and tsunami and volcanic eruption. So these are the disasters and the hazards that we have to cover in our syllabus. So we will start with cyclone. So this is how we will proceed. We will take up each disaster or the hazard. Then we will see the causes, then the favoring conditions and all that, the impact and the frequent episodes and the latest episodes, etc. So we will just start with cyclone. So cyclone is basically a storm or a system of wind. It's a system of wind that rotates about the center of low atmospheric pressure. So here what you have to understand, and also what is most important, is that cyclone, it happens or it occurs in a low atmospheric pressure. So a storm or a system of wind that rotates about a center of low atmospheric pressure, and this is the most favorable condition for the occurrence of a cyclone, that the pressure, atmospheric pressure, should be low. So cyclone occurs in low atmospheric pressure. So this is very, very important. Now here you will see the vertical structure of a mature tropical cyclone. So this is how the rotation happens. So in a cyclical manner, or in a circle. So it happens in low areas with low atmospheric pressure. So it's a system of winds. You need not go into the technical details of a cyclone, because your examination is just to check, the paper one is just to check your awareness about such things, not the details. So it's not a technical paper. So here you need to know that a system of wind that rotates about a center of low atmospheric pressure is termed as a cyclone. Now there are different types of cyclone. Actually these are not types of cyclone, but actually the cyclone, hurricane, typhoon, or tornado, all these are different types of wind systems that is very much similar to a cyclone. So cyclone, it is seen in or it is mostly seen in the tropical Pacific and Indian Ocean. That is why in India we have cyclone, especially in the eastern coast. Like states like Andhra Pradesh, the coast of Andhra Pradesh, especially Vizag, Visakhapatnam. Then we have the Odisha, so AP, Odisha, West Bengal. So these are the three states which are frequently disturbed due to the cyclones. So every year you will see that different types of cyclones approach the eastern coast especially. So tropical Pacific and Indian Ocean provides favorable conditions for a cyclone, and hurricane is mostly seen in the western Atlantic Ocean. Now we have the typhoon, which is very common in the Philippines or the China Sea. We also have tornado, which is very much common in tropical. It's a tropical thunderstorm, so it is common in tropical areas. So please write down this because these are the places where it is mostly prone to. So cyclone, hurricane, typhoon, and tornado. Next, we will discuss about the speed of cyclones, how it is classified based on the speed. So first we have the common normal cyclonic storms, which the speed of which varies from 61 to 88 km per hour. So this is the normal speed. We have severe cyclonic storms of which the speed is between 89 to 117 km per hour. Also we have very severe cyclonic storms. The speed is 118 to 166 km per hour. Also we have extremely severe cyclonic storms. whose speed ranges from 167 to 221 km per hour. Now, we also have super cyclones, which is having a speed of 222 kilometers per hour or higher. So, two things you have to remember here is one is cyclonic storm, the speed of cyclonic storms, and the super cyclones. 222, it's very easy to remember. So please remember these two. Others not very important. Understand that in between there are different classifications of cyclones based on the speed of the this is not the speed of cyclone actually. This is the speed of wind actually. The wind. It's a cyclones are a system of wind. So this is the speed of the wind. Now, this is very important. Why? Because in the previous years, questions were asked about the recent episodes of certain disasters in India. So, these are some of the recent episodes of cyclonic disasters in India. The name of the cyclone, then the year is not very important. And here the states which were affected. The states is important. Okay. The states which were affected is very, very important. Now, okay. So, yeah, Abhinav, I think it's clear for you now. And Pratibha, hello. Sumati, hi. So, yeah. So, we will see that the first one, we will go in the order of we will start from 2017 and we will come to the latest one. So, we have the Oki. Oki, it was restricted to mostly to the western coast. It affected the states of Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. So this was in the year 2017, Oki. Oki was a cyclone which affected the western coast mostly. Then we had Titli in 2018. So cyclone Titli. Titli affected the coast of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. So as I said, mostly it is the eastern coast which is affected, but in rare circumstances the cyclone hits the western coast as well. So in case of Titli, it was Odisha, the coast of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. Again, we have cyclone Gaja. So this is very important. Please write down. I have only picked up the latest ones, last 3 years. So please write down this in your lecture notes. Maybe you will get the questions also. So next is cyclone Gaja, which affected Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Okay. So Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Next is Fitai, which was in the year 2018. Just a minute. Okay, Fitai in 2018, Bay of Bengal. Then Fani. Fani is very important. Fani in 2019, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. Then Cyclone Vayu, which affected the state of Gujarat in 2019. I'm sorry, I'm not able to write. I don't know why. Okay. So, Vayu was in 2019, affected Gujarat. Then Maha and Kyar in 2019, which again affected the western coast. And the very recent one is Amphan. So, Amphan in Odisha and West Bengal. So, in 2020, this is the latest one. Okay. So, Amphan in 2020. Odisha and West Bengal. At least this you should definitely remember because this is the latest one. Please try to remember all these, but at least Amphan, please remember, and where it was affected, Odisha and West Bengal. Okay. Please note it down. Please write down all these. At least you can revise it, and if you remember, it's well and good. Okay. So I hope you have finished writing. I'll just give you some 30 seconds. Just copy it down. Then we will continue. We will try to cover this chapter very soon. We will try to cover it very soon, and then we will start with unit. We will cover all the remaining. 3 more is remaining. 5, 6, and 7. This is the 5th chapter. Then 2 more is there. So we will try to cover it very soon, and then move on to the next unit. Okay. And today, I forgot to tell you this. That there was a Supreme Court judgment today. about the examination, NET exam, and also about the other examinations, competitive exams. So Supreme Court said that at the cost of the students' future, exams cannot be postponed, which is a positive signal that all the competitive exams will be, which are scheduled and which are not scheduled, will take place very soon. So this judgment has come from Supreme Court today. So in all possibility, in the month of November itself, you will have your NET exams. So be prepared, and we will also like make the classes little more, maybe if required, we will keep it like 2 sessions per day and all. We will try to do that. Please do revise, and then don't forget about your paper 2. That is the most important one, where you have a technical know-how, you know how it is. So that is your own subject, the subject in which you have done your masters. So try to cover your paper 1 and paper 2 simultaneously. Every day do revise whatever you have learned, and at least half an hour to 1 hour you dedicate for yourself this revision purpose. So at least half an hour to 1 hour you have to revise, otherwise you will forget. Okay, so I hope you have written this. Now let's come to the mitigation strategies. So, okay, mitigation strategies. First one is to give early warning or timely warning. So timely warning because the cyclone affects the coastal area mostly. So why timely warning is here very important is because the coastal areas are highly populated, especially the fishermen community and the coastal community lives in the coastal areas. So the problem is that these people they have very low income sources, or they will not maybe also having pakka houses and all. They may be having kacha houses, and then the source of income is also very less. So if they are not given a timely warning, it's not easy for them to relocate and then take appropriate strategies, methodologies. So timely warning is very important, because coastal areas are the most affected due to the cyclones, and coastal areas are most of the time they are highly populated. So coastal areas, because of its population size, timely warning is very important. In case of any disaster, timely warning is important, especially cyclone, because the coastal area which is highly populated will affect badly. That means the population will be affected badly. Secondly, every fishing boat that goes into the open sea should have medium wave radio, which helps in receiving warnings of an impending cyclone. So the fishing boats which goes to the open sea for fishing, they should have a medium wave radio. So this is to help them get the early warnings of a cyclone or a disaster. Then rush people and livestock in the areas likely to be affected to cyclone shelters or higher ground. So this is regarding rehabilitation. Here what is important, not just the people, the livestock has also to be relocated. So third one is regarding rehabilitation. Okay, then first priority is to rescue stranded people. That is those people who are stranded. So first priority should be given to rescuing the stranded people. Then call the assistance of the armed forces to help speed up rescue efforts. Now this is very important. Why? Because you will see that any major disaster, the armed forces, they have got enough training. So they are trained very well to handle such kind of situations. So it's very important to seek the help from the armed forces in such situations to speed up the rescue efforts. Next is to dispose of carcasses of animals and dead bodies to prevent spread of diseases. So after every disaster, the next problem in the line could be that the next problem on the line is regarding the infectious diseases. Now any flood or any kind of disasters happening, the immediate impact is on the next people, like after the flood, when they come back to their places, to their habitat, the next problem is the infections or the infectious diseases on the line. So these are some of the things to be remembered. Next is send relief materials to the victims. You may be knowing it. I'm just telling you. This is in the syllabus, and that's why we are just explaining it. Send the relief materials to the victims, like food, blankets, drinking water, etc. Next is open makeshift hospitals, mobile vans in the affected areas that could give first aid and treat the minor ailments should be set up. So opening of makeshift hospitals, mobile vans, etc. Then to plan short-term and long-term measures for rehabilitation of the victims. So short-term measures means that now immediately they have to be rehabilitated. So for that, short-term rehabilitation measures should be taken, and long-term measures, which means maybe many people might have lost their habitat or their houses. So long-term measures for the rehabilitation should be taken care of. Then to grow trees in the mangroves. Mangroves are very important. So when we discuss about mangroves, I think already we have discussed a bit about mangroves, but further when we discuss further, we will see that the mangroves has a very specific niche or a functional role in the ecosystem that the mangroves can prevent the cyclones to a larger extent, and that is why the government has to an extent banned the cutting of mangroves. So especially mangrove trees and especially mangroves can be grown on the coastal areas, so that this will minimize the effects of the cyclones. Cyclones in case of tsunamis also mangroves can help. Okay. So tsunamis and mangroves, cyclones. Now strictly follow coastal regulations and see that no habitat comes up in prohibited areas. This is very important. Why? Because if we take the action before it is done, like for example, the coastal regulations say that no habitat should be made up, or no buildings or no construction should be happening in prohibited areas. Now I'll give you an example. Very recently, maybe an year or so, not even near, I think a few months back, 5-6 months back, there was a major demolition which took place in Kerala. So demolition of some flats. So a few months back this happened in Kerala. So flats were demolished in Kerala, in the Ernakulam district, in Cochin, the city only. So demolition took place. Why? Because these flats were constructed on those land where the construction was prohibited. That was an ecologically sensitive zone. So what is important is to adhere to the regulations even before the construction takes place. So to strictly follow the coastal regulations and see that no habitat comes up in the prohibited areas is a priority. Then build fishing villages away from the beach on higher grounds or on stilts. So why it is important? So mostly the fishing villages, that is where the fishermen live, the colonies of the fishermen, they are on the beach side, and the problem is that this is highly vulnerable to disasters like cyclones and tsunamis, etc. So it's very important to build the fishing villages away from the beach on higher grounds or on stilts. Okay, so this is about the cyclone. So I don't want to begin the next one because if I begin the next topic, I don't think we will be able to finish it today. So there is a lot to go. So if you have any doubts, I will take like maybe 5 minutes or so to clear off your doubts, because if I move on to the next topic, we will not be able to finish it, and tomorrow we have to begin from the middle. So if you have any doubts, I'll take it up now. Maybe regarding this or anything general also you can ask me. So we will clear it off, and then we will wind up the class. Maybe regarding yesterday's test or anything. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me. We will do that now. If you want to ask me anything, you can ask me now. It can be related to anything, maybe from your syllabus or from anywhere. Ma'am, when you tell us to read well, then I become motivated, but after few minutes I go to my previous stage. Okay, you want some motivation. Okay, actually, it happens with most of them, Even it happens with me. Sometimes, you get some motivation and then, you stick on to it, and then when the energy is drained out, then go back to your previous stage. That is true. That's true with most of you, I'm sure. And with me also, the same has happened. So maybe few things that you can do, which has helped me. I think it will help you as well. First thing is that I used to do this. Okay, so first thing is I used to when I have a study table, right in front of the study table, the wall to which I am facing, so there I used to write why, anything. It can be any goal or anything. So why did I actually choose to achieve this goal? What is the reason behind it? It can be many reasons. Maybe you want to support your family, maybe you need a job so much, or you need a identity for yourself, social recognition. It can be anything. Okay, so just write down why did you start, and why did you set up this goal for you. So whenever you look into that, you will feel, okay, when you feel like quitting, think of why did you start, so you will never feel like quitting. That is one thing. And second thing, what I always remember is that the pain of regret is much more severe than the pain of discipline. This is one thing I always remind myself. Like, if you cannot be disciplined now, definitely you will regret in the future. So I know that being disciplined takes a lot of pain. Like, for being disciplined, what you have to do, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. Maybe your mind is telling you to watch a movie, go out, or sometimes talk to your friends, but coming back to the track and then maintaining the discipline, it takes a lot of effort from your side, pain from your side. But remember that tomorrow, if you cannot achieve what you want to, then definitely the pain of that regret is going to be very high. So keep yourself motivated. You have to find your own ways how you can motivate yourself. So keep that in your mind. And always consistency is something which is very important for cracking a competitive exam. So consistency is very important. It's not like your university exam, because in the university exam, if you study something, if you write something, it is sure you will get the pass mark at least, and that is what is needed there. But here it's a competitive exam. If you can prepare better than, or if you can perform better than the other person, only then you will be in. Otherwise you are out. So there is a restriction on the number of candidates that they will choose. So you have to be very consistent. So this is what I think will work out. Now, Sumati, can we get the PPT of this chapter? For all the chapters, I am sending the team. I have already sent the team the PPTs. So I have also told them to upload the PPTs on the Telegram channel. I think they will do that. I'll remind them once again if they haven't yet uploaded them. I have till this chapter, I have given them all the PPTs, including this chapter. So I'll just ask the team to upload them on the Telegram channel. And Lipika, no need of thanks. You are always welcome, and it's always my pleasure to help you. And just that you have to come out with flying colors. After the exam, you should feel confident, and then you should be able to achieve your goal or the target that you have set up. So that is all I need from your end. And anything else you want to know from my side? Notes. You mean the PPTs? So PPTs, I'll tell them to upload on the Telegram channel, and if they haven't done, I'll ask them to do that. I have already shared the PPTs with the team, so I'll just ask them. So anything else? No, nothing. So okay, if whatever we have learned today, if it's clear for you, please do let me know. Tell me that it's clear and no need of revising. So please let me know in the comment section how was today's session, if you have any doubts or if it's clear for you. After that we will wind up. So yeah. Lipika has asked me what is multilateral. Multilateral means more than one country, or multi means multiple. So multilateral, when we say multilateral organizations, examples of multilateral organizations is like IMF, World Bank and all. So basically the term multilateral, this term means that it is agreed by more than one participant. It can be mostly the governments. When we say multilateral, it refers to governments only. So more than one, that is two or more. So two or more countries have agreed upon something. It can be anything. So when we say countries, it is mostly the government. So agreement of more than two or more countries. So multilateral IMF, it's an agreement by members to function accordingly. World Bank is another example of multilateral. Okay, I hope it's clear. Quick revision. Okay, Puvri has asked me for quick revision. So we learned about cyclones today. They are a system of winds which rotates about a center of low atmospheric pressure, and low is very important. Low atmospheric pressure is important. So these are the different types and the places where it occurs. And for us, it is important to learn about the cyclones because it hits the tropical Pacific and Indian Ocean, in which we are also a part of. Now the speed, two categories are important. One is normal cyclonic storms from 61 to 88 km per hour. This is the speed of the wind. Next is supercyclones, 222 km per hour. Then we discussed about some of the recent cyclones which hit the Indian subcontinent and the places, the states which were affected. So they are Oki, Titli, Gaja, Fetai, Fani, Vayu, Kyar and Maha, and then Amphan, the latest one. Then we discussed about the mitigation strategies. So this is all we discussed today. Tomorrow we will start with drought, the next one, next disaster. Okay, so I hope it's clear now. We will wind up for today. We will meet again tomorrow the same time, 7 o'clock. So take care, study well, revise well. The exams are like just 2 months away. So really prepare well and all the best. Bye-bye. Hello friends and welcome to DigiiMento. Today we will be continuing our lecture based on this chapter of hazards and disasters. So yesterday we have already started this particular chapter and today we will be continuing with this. So natural hazards and disasters and their mitigation strategy. So this is the chapter that we will be discussing today. Okay, so if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe to our channel and also press the bell icon for receiving the notifications. And we are providing online coaching for GATE, NTA, UGC NET and PGT Computer Science. You can avail our courses online, and for more details you can visit our website www.digimento.com or you can call to this number. Okay, so let's start. If you have joined the classes, please do send me a hi, hello. So hi Yuvraj, hi Sakshi, hi Lipika, hi Puviri, hi Sumati. Hello everyone. So I think we will start now. Okay, so let's start. So yesterday we were discussing about the natural hazards and disasters. Today we will take up two important disasters. One is drought and the other one is earthquake. So these are the two disasters that we'll be taking up today. So today let's start with drought. So I hope you have all joined the classes. So let's start with drought. Now, what is meant by drought? Drought is kind of, whenever this word drought comes into your mind, you remember about dry region or the dry conditions. So drought is associated with some dry conditions. So it is basically an abnormally dry period. So abnormally dry means more than usual or dry than usual. So this is abnormal. So normally if the situation or if the climatic condition is dry, then this cannot be considered as drought. Like for example, in deserts like in Rajasthan, normally it is dry, so it cannot be considered as a drought. But when is drought? Drought is when there is a abnormally dry period, which means that the dryness of the atmosphere or the weather conditions is abnormal. So usually it is not that dry, but now it has become dry abnormally. This is called drought. And an abnormally dry period when there is not enough water to support agricultural activities, urban needs and the so inadequate water. So inadequate water. When there is inadequate water to support agricultural needs, urban needs means industrial needs or anything related to the urban services, or the environmental water needs. So this situation is called a drought situation, and this is very important for your examination. Major drought prone regions in India. This is very important for your examination. So you need to know which are the major drought prone areas. Now, okay, so major drought prone areas in India, it is southern and eastern Maharashtra. So Maharashtra is a drought prone region, and here very important is that in Maharashtra there is also huge quantity of agricultural activities being carried out. So whenever there is a drought like situation in Maharashtra, then the agricultural activities are also affected to a larger extent. So southern and eastern Maharashtra, and then we have the northern Karnataka. Now before that I want to tell you why is southern and eastern Maharashtra mostly affected due to drought. Now here what you must understand, the monsoon is received by the western coast. So the western part of Maharashtra normally receives the monsoon rainfall, whereas the eastern part of Maharashtra does not receive the monsoon rainfall that much. That is why eastern part of Maharashtra is mostly affected due to drought. Whereas we will see that, have you seen in the news that in Maharashtra itself some districts will have flood-like conditions and some districts have drought-like conditions. Now what is the reason? Maharashtra is a little bigger state. Actually Maharashtra, the size of the state Maharashtra, the state as such is big. Now the western part of Maharashtra and this is the eastern part. Now when we talk about the western part, this is the part which receives the monsoon rainfall. That is why most often we will see that during the monsoon season, the western districts in Maharashtra is prone to flood-like situations, and the eastern region where inadequate rainfall or the monsoon rainfall is received, these areas will undergo a drought-like situation. So both the flood and drought-like situation simultaneously happen in the same state. One reason is the big of the state. Second one is the western part receiving the monsoon rainfall, whereas the eastern part does not receive the monsoon rainfall. So the major drought-prone areas in India, first one is southern and eastern Maharashtra. You cannot generally say Maharashtra because Maharashtra receives monsoon rainfall in almost half of its districts. So the western parts of Maharashtra is not drought prone, whereas it is the eastern and the southern parts. Then we have the northern Karnataka. So northern parts of Karnataka. Northern Karnataka also. Now we have the Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Gujarat, Telangana and Rajasthan. Now these are the states which are prone to drought. Now you may ask me here, Rajasthan, already in Rajasthan there are drought-like conditions or it is a desert. But why does the drought-like conditions happen? We have seen that when it is abnormal, then only drought. So Rajasthan, normally it is a desert, but still during the summer season and also during inadequate rainfall during those time, even the rivers in Rajasthan flowing through Rajasthan will dry, and the overall weather conditions become even more drier. So that is why in Rajasthan also we will see drought-like conditions. Then Karnataka, northern parts of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Gujarat obviously because it's very adjacent to Rajasthan. So Gujarat, Rajasthan, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Odisha. So one belt, entire this belt we can see. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Rajasthan. So drought-like conditions, we will see that it is mostly here, if you see, if it is mostly restricted to the southern part, southwest and the southeast. So mostly in the upper northern regions we will not see drought-like conditions. One reason is because of the presence of Himalayas and the Himalayan rivers flowing through the northern part. So that is one reason. I hope this much is clear for you. So I'll just take up the comments. So Shanmu Ria, hi Atira, hi Ramesh, hi Neetu, hi Divin, Divin is asking me, is there any exam date information? As of now, there is no absolute information about the dates, but still it is expected that the exams will happen very soon. One reason is Supreme Court has given the judgment. Second one, yesterday UPSC has released its next year calendar, which means that this year everything is going to be absolutely fine with the date of the exams. No more postponement will happen. So from all this we get the hint that even the NET exams will go on time. So be prepared. So do your preparation, your studies and your revision on time. Don't think that the exams will get postponed. There is very less chance that the exams can now get further postponed. Okay. So anything else from this, from drought? Now there are different types of drought. We will see what are the different types or classification of drought. One is meteorological drought. Now it is related to reduction in the rainfall for a specific period below a specific amount. So meteorological drought, it is a reduction in the rainfall. That means inadequate rainfall is received over a certain period and than a specific amount. So this is related to inadequacy of rainfall. So a reduction in rainfall for a specific period below a specific amount. Second, we have hydrological drought. Now from the term itself it is clear. Hydro means something related to water. So hydrological drought, it is associated with reduction of surface water and groundwater. So meteorology is related to rainfall and climatic conditions, etc. So it is related to rainfall. The hydrological drought is related to the water. So it is related to both surface water and groundwater. Then we have agricultural drought. So agricultural drought means that the soil moisture is very less. That is, the presence of water or the moisture content in the soil is very less. So this is related to the soil moisture. So this drought happens when the soil moisture is below a particular level. So this is related to its soil moisture. Next we have the ecological drought, which is the fourth category, ecological drought. So ecological drought is when the productivity of a natural ecosystem fails due to shortage of water. This is when the productivity of a natural ecosystem fails due to shortage of water. So when there is any imbalance in the ecological cycle or in the ecosystem, in the natural cycle, due to shortage of water, it is called the ecological drought. So these are the four categories of droughts. This is also important. So it's very simple also. Meteorological drought related to rainfall. Second one is hydrological drought related to water. Next you have the agricultural drought related to soil moisture, and the ecological drought, which is related to the natural ecosystem balance losing because of inadequate water availability. Neetu has commented, in recent days Jaipur have received above 300 millimeter rain in just 3 or 4 hours. Okay. And Pooja, hi, good evening Pooja. So we were discussing about drought. Okay. You can watch the lecture if you have joined late. You can watch it afterwards also. Okay. Now we will come to the mitigation strategies, and one thing before that, I am sure that you must be getting bored when we discuss about the mitigation strategies, because you already know most of them, but it is mentioned in your syllabus, so there is no way that I can skip this mitigation strategies, because it's mentioned in the syllabus. I have to teach it, and please bear with me. Okay, so yeah, we will start with mitigation strategies now. First one, rush water fodder through tankers to affected areas. That is, making available the water or fodder through tankers to affected areas. Then second one, very important, this is a behavioral change that is expected. Teach the value of water. If you remember in your school days, you must have learned about the value of water. I think it was in the social studies 6th standard or 7th standard textbook, you have learned about the value of water, that every drop of water is very precious. And if you might also remember this quote, that water everywhere, not a drop to drink. So teaching the value of water at the school level or even at very younger age, it's very important. This is one of the behavioral changes that we can bring in. So this is one thing very important. Third one is building shelter for cattle and livestock to prevent exposure to heat and direct sun. So during the drought, what happens? The atmosphere, the overall climatic conditions of the atmosphere deteriorates, that there is a warm atmospheric condition all around. So when the cattle and the livestock is exposed to this hot weather, then there is a chance of sunburn and other related issues. So building shelter for the cattle, livestock, etc. to prevent exposure to heat and direct sun is also another one. Now next one is open makeshift hospitals for immediate treatment of minor ailments. So makeshift hospital means temporary hospitals. Temporary means that it may not be a building or something. It can be sometimes a mobile hospital kind of thing. It can be an ambulance, it can be a van. So makeshift hospitals, temporary hospitals for the immediate treatment of minor ailments, small issues. Next one is recharge underground springs by building mini and check dams. So building mini dams and check dams to recharge the underground springs. Next is restore traditional water bodies like village tanks, wells and underground storage tanks. So restoring the traditional water bodies. So traditional water bodies like the tank, wells, underground storage tanks, etc. So these are some of the strategies. Then teach how to harvest the rain that falls in the drought prone areas. So in the drought prone areas, whenever rainfall is received, rainwater harvesting has to be done. So this is regarding rainwater harvesting. So next one is rainwater harvesting. Next is encourage the use of drip and sprinkler irrigation. So these are micro irrigation techniques. So micro irrigation, it's very important. Okay. So encourage the use of drip and sprinkler irrigation techniques. This is micro irrigation techniques which will help in saving the water. So using micro irrigation, the quantity of water that is used is very less as compared to other forms of irrigation. Direct irrigation and all, the quantity of water used is very high, and one of the countries in which this has been highly successful is Israel. So Israel has used its techniques of micro irrigation, drip irrigation, etc. to increase the productivity and to ensure the irrigation. So this will minimize the use of water in irrigation. Next is adopt the cultivation of crops that use less water. So this is not use less water. Okay, sorry, space, I did not give the space. So let us take one example. Now for example, Maharashtra. We have seen that in the state of Maharashtra, especially in the eastern and the southern and the eastern parts of Maharashtra undergoes drought-like conditions. Now two major crops that are cultivated in the state of Maharashtra. One is sugarcane, second one is cotton. So sugarcane and cotton, both these crops are water intensive crops, which requires high quantity or very big quantity of water for irrigation. So this is one example in which the crops are cultivated in water stress areas. So Maharashtra is a water stress state, especially in the eastern and the southern parts. There is a issue of water stress or groundwater crisis, whereas the crops, if we look into the crops cultivated in the state of Maharashtra, it is mostly sugarcane, cotton and many others as well. But sugarcane and cotton are also most important crops cultivated in Maharashtra. So if we can replace it, then that will be good. But again, the problem is that, especially with regard to cotton, the major problem is that cotton, when we discussed about black soil, if you remember, we discussed that black soil is also called black cotton soil. this is because its water holding capacity is very high. Black soil's water holding capacity is very high and it can retain the moisture content for longer period, and therefore it is best suited for the cultivation of cotton. So in certain districts of Maharashtra, there is an availability of black soil, which is the most appropriate soil for the cultivation of cotton. So that is also to be considered. So here, if we go for other crops, the soil type, the type of soil has to be also considered. So what we can do here, on one side there is a problem of groundwater crisis, on the other side there is a opportunity that black soil is available and it is the best soil for the cultivation of cotton. So what we can do is move to or switch to micro irrigation techniques like the drip irrigation or the sprinkler irrigation techniques. I hope you got it. Now share the PPT in Telegram. I'll do that today because yesterday sir added me to all your Telegram channels, so now I can send you the PPTs. I'll do it today itself. Okay, Neetu. And Roslyn asking me, will you share my Telegram link? I mean my personal Telegram. My personal Telegram is Joycey Joy Official. You can join that channel also. So it is called Joycey Joy Official. JOYCY JOY Official. Okay, so this is my personal Telegram channel. You can join that as well, no issues. Okay, now next is use drought resistant variety of seeds. That is certain seeds which are drought resistant, which means that the seeds or the crops, they will need very less water and also they are drought resistant. This is a very good technique. Then involving local people in the planning and execution of projects. Now that would make the villages self-sufficient in water. So participation or adopting a participatory approach is also very important. Community participation or participatory approach. So by adopting participatory approach, by invoking community participation, better planning and execution can be done. Why? Because the local community or the local people who live in a particular locality, they will be very well aware about the climatic conditions of that area, other ecological aspects. So community participation is very important, and this will also help in ensuring self-sufficiency at the village level or at the local level. So local or village level self-sufficiency. Okay. Next is encourage the villagers to pool and share their knowledge. That is local knowledge. Here again it is similar to local community participation. So here sharing of local knowledge. So local knowledge by the villagers on water management through traditional systems in vogue. So these are the mitigation strategies. Next we will come to earthquake. Now Roslyn is asking me how to join. Actually what you can do, it's a public channel. You can search for Joycey Joy Official in the Telegram and you will find the channel and then you can just join it. It's a public channel actually. So tell me, before we move on to earthquake, if you have any doubts from the drought from this particular portion, tell me. We will clarify that and then further move. No, fine. Okay. So shall we proceed? Now, next we will come to earthquake. So, earthquake, in simple terms, it is the shaking of the surface of the earth. And, okay, clear. Okay, resulting from sudden release of energy in the earth's lithosphere that creates the seismic waves. Now, certain things are important here. One thing is lithosphere. Now we know that there are three spheres. One is lithosphere, another one is atmosphere, and another one is hydrosphere. Now lithosphere is related to land, atmosphere is related to air, and hydrosphere is related to water. So you can easily remember also L for litho and land, L. A atmosphere, A air, and hydro water. Okay. Now, the shaking of Earth's surface, that is any movement in the plates. Actually, shaking of earth's surface, this is given in simple terms for you because you need not study actually the technical details of it. That's why I have put it in very simple language. Actually, the shaking of earth's surface means that the movement of the plates, the sudden movement of the plates. Otherwise also the plates are moving. So the earth's surface, the lithosphere is composed of so many plates, and these plates are moving. Sometimes it can be coming together, it can be moving apart. So it is there, but it is not sudden movement of the plates. But earthquake happens when there is a sudden movement of the plates, which we call in simple language as shaking of the surface of the earth. So earthquake is caused due to the sudden movement of plates. So sudden movement of plates. And where are these plates located? These plates are located in the surface or beyond, beneath the surface, we can say. So earthquake is caused due to the sudden movement of the plates which are located beneath the surface of the earth, and this result into sudden release of energy. So when some two things, or suppose let us take two objects. When these two objects collide with each other very fast, what will happen? There will be some release of energy. So same happens in case of earthquake. When the plates located beneath the surface of the earth, when they suddenly move, then there is a release of energy in the lithosphere of the earth, and this creates some seismic waves which is called the earthquake. Now, National Center for Seismology, Ministry of Earth Sciences is the nodal agency of Government of India responsible for the mitigation measures. Now, these terms are again very, very important. In the exams also, there is every probability that these terms can be asked. Now, we said that plates, let us take some plates. So, these are some plates beneath the surface of the earth, and the sudden movement of the plates causes this earthquake. And we said that energy is released. So, some energy is released. Okay. Now, the point where the energy is released is the focus or the hypocenter of the earthquake. Now, suppose this is the plate or the earth's surface from where the plate is located, and from where this movement has happened and energy has released. Suppose this is the point where the energy has released from. So the point from where the energy has been released is called the focus point. Now this energy travels to the surface of the earth, that is to the land surface. Now plates, we said it is located beneath the surface or under the surface of the earth. So from the point beneath the surface of the earth from where the energy is released is called focus or the hypocenter, and the point directly above the focus. Now from the focus point the energy will travel to the surface of the earth, and where directly above the focus it reaches the surface of the earth, and this point is called the epicenter. So this is called epicenter. Now a line connecting all the points on the surface where the intensity is same is called isoseismic line. Now isoseismic line means a line connecting all points on the surface where the intensity is same. Now when this energy reaches the surface of the earth, then wherever on the surface this energy is released, the line which is connecting all these points where the energy is released and where the intensity is the same, it is called the isoseismic line. Okay. Now earthquake waves, they are basically of two types. We can broadly divide the earthquake waves into two types. One is body waves. So first category is the body waves, which is generated due to the release of energy at the focus and move in all directions traveling through the body of the earth. Now body waves means this waves are generated due to the release of this is the plate and this is the point from where the energy is released. This point is called the focus. Now from the focus point the released energy which moves in all directions traveling through the body of the earth. So this is called body waves. So waves that basically travel through the body of the earth from the focus point is called the body waves. Now surface waves. They move along the surface and are last to report on a seismograph and are most destructive waves. Now I'll explain the entire cycle so you will understand it better. Now here, suppose this is the plate. The plate is obviously beyond the surface. So this is the focus point, let us assume. Now from the focus point, this waves will travel through the body of the earth. So this is called the body waves which travel through the body of the earth. So all these body waves and everything, this is beneath the surface, under the surface. Now surface means the land where we live, that is a surface, okay. Surface refers to what is seen above and where we live, this is a surface. Now what is surface waves? Now from the focus it reaches the surface. This energy, suppose this is a surface, so it reaches the surface and this point is called the epicenter. This is what we said, epicenter. Now from here it moves to different directions which is called the surface waves. Now why it is the last one to report on a seismograph? Because from the focus it has to reach the surface and then from there it has to divert. Now these are also the most destructive waves. Because why? Because the energy carried by these waves is very high. So the intensity of the energy carried by the surface waves is very high. Therefore these waves are highly destructive. So this is also very, very important for you. Okay, so if you have any doubts, put it now. Okay, now basically we have two types of earthquake waves, which is one is body waves and surface waves. Now body waves can be further divided into two types. First is primary waves and second is secondary waves. So it can be P waves or S waves. So primary waves or P waves, or the secondary waves or the S waves. Now let's see what is a primary wave first. They move faster and are the first one to arrive at the surface. Now you know this is the focus point and from the focus the body waves are traveling. So primary waves, they are the first one. These waves, they reach the surface first. That is why they are called the primary waves. And similar to sound waves. Why? Because they travel through gaseous, liquid and solid materials, vibrate parallel to the direction of the wave. So this is very important point. Two things. One is the primary waves are the first one to reach the surface of the earth. Second one is that they can travel through gaseous, solid and liquid materials. So what does it mean? Suppose from the focus is on the plate. Now to the surface of the earth it has to travel. Suppose this is a water body, it can travel. If there is gas, it can travel. If it is composed of hard solid like the rocks and all, then also it can travel, which means the primary waves are a kind of body waves which can travel through any medium and reach the surface of the earth. Second one is secondary waves, and they arrive at the surface with some time lag and they can travel only through a solid medium. So these are two important things about secondary waves. Secondary waves arrive at the surface after a time lag. They are not very fast like the primary waves. And the second thing is that they can travel only through the solid medium. So if there is any water body or any gaseous medium, then the secondary waves cannot travel through them. And they vibrate perpendicular to the direction of the wave in the vertical plane. Whereas in case of primary waves, they vibrate parallel. So parallels and here perpendicular to the direction of the vertical plane. I hope this is clear for you. Okay. Now we have to learn about the measurement of earthquakes, and also here we will see the zones according to the severity of the earthquakes. We will see the seismic zones, so that also we will see, and then we will come to the mitigation strategies, so that we will cover tomorrow. For today we will wind up now. If you have any doubts as of now, until what we have discussed today, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will wind up. No doubts. Okay, I think so. We will wind up for today. Clear. Okay, so tomorrow we will finish the earthquake and we will come to floods. So, floods also tomorrow we will discuss. So, the remaining earthquake and the floods, tomorrow we will cover that. Okay, please do revise, and I'll upload the PPTs on your Telegram channel also. Once this chapter is finished, I will do accordingly. So whatever we have finished, I will upload it today. Okay, so I'll do that. So take care, and I'll see you again tomorrow 7 o'clock. Okay, take care, study well, bye.